Great goal scored rather in the round of 32 from title favorite Spain as well as Portugal. Let me get Thomas' thoughts concerning this because quite a handful of talking points from the Portuguese game against Croatia. Let's quickly run through the stats. It was 6 shots on target as against 3 for Portugal. The Portuguese did have the lion's share of the possession, 60-40 at the end of the day. You want to see the made it count with Giancarlo Ramos scoring that winning goal late on. Corner kicks 9-5, goalkeeper saves. The Portuguese goalkeeper certainly the busier of both goalkeepers. But the major talking point has to be the VAR and the sneako, as it's called. It is tech that is used in cricket to get the faintest of touches. And we know quite well that this year's World Cup has seen a wide variety of improvements when it comes to the use of tech, VAR and what have you, even from the ball itself, using semiconductors. And this definitely had a part in this, denying Croatia a equalizer. Thomas, what do you make of that call? Do you think that was the right call? And how do you think the Croatians really feel having had a very good game over the course of 90-plus minutes?
Yeah, I think a very, very controversial call. As you mentioned, I fully understand Croatians' frustration there. Also because, you also mentioned, I think the referees lack some sort of uniformity when to use the VAR. We've definitely seen Germany getting a bit robbed despite a very poor performance, but that goal against Paraguay, where the VAR also intervened. So yeah, yesterday I think it was one of those where you could also say, well, it was the right call, but then again we've seen just other decisions taken at the World Cup before. So yeah, I think on that one I do fully understand Croatians' frustrations, and I think FIFA needs to really try the best now to put in some harmonized and uniform approach to these kind of scenes, because otherwise it risks getting a little out of control and some teams really getting angry as to why they are being knocked out, because Croatia really this call could really have changed the game.
Okay, let's take a look quickly at what Croatia's record has been. Surprisingly, this year's edition will be deemed a failure for them. In 2022, which was the last edition in Qatar, they finished in 3rd place. And in 2018, they were runners-up to the eventual champions, the French national team. 2014 was a group stage exit, and in 2010, they failed to qualify. You take a look at their performance since 2018, that's 8 years ago. It's been a 2nd and 3rd place finish. Now crashing out at the round of 32 is sadly a disappointing end to their campaign. Let's take a look quickly at what the title favorites are saying when it comes to the Spanish team. It was a total dominance. You talk about a clean sweep. You probably want to reckon with that when it comes to the game against Austria. 10 shots on target as against 0 from the Austrians. 64% of the ball possession, lion's share, and they did make that count. Corner kicks 9-0. Goalkeepers. The Spanish goalkeeper could have been home, and they wouldn't have considered the goal, as it were, because the Austrians didn't even have a shot on target. So they could have played with 10 men without the goalkeeper and would have still progressed into the round of 16. The question is, how important is Mikel Oyarzabal? We've talked about Lamine Yamal. There have been several talks about players to look out for in the Spanish national team. Oyarzabal has been under the radar and is performing like a million stars at this time.
Yes, Oyarzabal is a key player. However, I wouldn't really pin it down to just one player. I think what really impresses me is the collective of Spain. You have a feeling they can bring on whoever they want. We should also not underestimate Dani Olmo and the likes of course, Yamal, Rodri as well, Pedri. It's just it's an amazing team. So I think they could even do maybe without Oyarzabal, but I agree he's become very key in the last few games, yesterday as well. So yeah, to me right now in that shape, they are one of the top favorites, probably alongside France. However, we know the big test will be against Portugal, against their neighbors. And yeah, I really can't wait for that. It's definitely going to be a mouth-watering clash between these two giants, yeah.
Before I let you go, Thomas, let's quickly preview that. Well, I know it's still days away, but you have Portugal against Spain, title favorites on one hand for the Portuguese team, that those who have reckoned with them, that they've definitely have the squad to make it count. Round of 16, who gets it for you on the basis of what we've seen over the course of the last 4 games?
Oh, that's a very tough question, but I'd say Spain has the slight edge. They've just played more consistent football, although they also had one performance in the group stages that was not that convincing. But I do think, especially yesterday, I expected us battling Austria, and the battle didn't happen because Spain was just too dominant, too controlling. So I think Spain will take that one. It's going to be a close game, but I think that the quality and just the overall spirit in the Spanish team I deem to be slightly higher than in the Portuguese team.
Okay, we'll see how that pans out over the course of 90+ minutes in the round of 16. Thomas Kocher-Hens, I have to thank you very much for your time on the show this evening.
Thank you so much. Bye.